Dealing with teenagers can be a real challenge, but it's essential to remember that you're not alone in this journey. Teenagers are going through significant physical and emotional changes, and as parents, it's crucial to approach this phase with understanding and empathy. I have a teenage daughter who is 14 and I'm learning how to better communicate and bond with her. So I want to share what I have learned so far in my journey of parenting. I will be using specific examples of teenage girls as I have a teenage girl, but most of it should apply to both a teenage boy and a girl. So without any further ado, let's get started. Number one is understanding the generation gap. As parents, we often have different backgrounds and upbringings than our children. In my case, I was raised in India with a different set of values and traditions. It's important to acknowledge that what worked for me might not be the same for my teenage daughter, who is growing up in a different cultural context. So, for example, if you are an immigrant parent who was raised in a different cultural context, you might find it challenging to understand why your teenager values certain aspects of American culture that differ from your own upbringing. Next is building effective communication. The key to resolving issues with your teenager is through calm and compassionate communication. Your emotional tone matters more than the words you use. Listen to her, understand her perspective, and create a safe space for open communication. For example, when your teenager comes home upset after a bad day at school, instead of immediately offering solutions, take a moment to listen to her and validate her feelings. This can lead to a more open and constructive conversation. The next section that I want to talk about is setting boundaries, but still allowing some independence. As parents, we do have to set rules about curfew, but we need to allow our teenager to have some independence by trusting her to make responsible choices. This can strengthen her sense of autonomy. The next section is seeking professional help. If the situation becomes overwhelming, don't hesitate to seek help from a therapist or counselor. It's a sign of strength to seek professional guidance when needed. If your teenager is experiencing intense emotional struggles or behavior changes, consulting with a therapist or counselor can provide her with the necessary support and guidance. Next, I want to talk about self-care for parents. Dealing with difficult situations can be emotionally taxing. Remember to take care of yourself. Take time for yourself and seek counseling or talking to a friend can help you better navigate your teenager's adolescence years. Next is encouraging personal growth. So you need to encourage your teenager to participate in activities she enjoys. This can boost her confidence and provide a healthy outlet. Explore her passions and interests, which can boost her self-confidence. If your teenager shows a strong interest in art, encourage her to explore her creativity by providing art supplies or enrolling in her art class. Allow your teenager to express herself through creative outlets like writing, painting, or music. This can boost her self-confidence. When she writes about her experiences and feelings, it can be a healthy way for her to process her emotions. Now let's talk about some coping mechanisms. Teach your teenager valuable coping mechanisms like deep breathing, mindfulness, and positive self-talk. These techniques will help her manage stress and anxiety. These coping mechanisms can be valuable throughout her life. In the next section, we will talk about developing problem-solving skills. So you need to brainstorm solutions together with your teenager and encourage critical thinking. When your teenager faces a problem at school or with friends, sit down together and brainstorm solutions. This approach not only helps her learn critical thinking but also strengthens your bond. Next, let's talk about maintaining a structure and healthy habits. Create a routine that provides stability, reduces stress, and encourages healthy habits like exercise, proper nutrition, and sufficient sleep. These can reduce stress and contribute to your teenager's overall well being. Next, let's talk about role modeling. healthy behavior. We as parents need to model healthy relationships behavior by showing respect, empathy, and open communication with others. When we parents resolve conflicts with empathy and open communication, our children learn from our example. In the next section, we will talk about encouraging social connections. So, if you surround your teenager with positive influences and supportive friends, it will be really good because it will boost her self esteem and provide a strong support system. Also, be consistent and forgive. What I mean here is be consistent in enforcing consequences when necessary, but also remember to offer forgiveness and second chances. This balance is important for a healthy parent child relationship. Always be there. Let your teenager know that you're always there for her and she can come to you with any problem or concern. When she feels your support, she will be more inclined to open up to you. And embrace growth. Remind your teenager that it's okay to make mistakes and she can learn from them and grow. You can share your own experiences of learning from your own mistakes to encourage her growth. So, yes, dealing with a difficult teenager can be challenging, but seeking help and implementing these strategies that I just talked about will create a positive difference in your relationship. Remember, it's crucial to build your teenager's self esteem and maintain a supportive and understanding approach when dealing with her challenges and emotions. If you like today's video, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and don't forget to share it with other friends and families who will find this information useful. And take care. I'll see you soon in my next video.